What's up, guys? Setsuko here, back for another VOD review. Day one of the Macao Open just finished. Actually, it just finished a few hours ago. It was kind of crazy because I woke up. I didn't wake up. I did my entire day and then started streaming like really late in the evening yesterday. Streamed till about 2 a.m. my time. Went to sleep, woke back up, and they were still playing. There were a lot of delays today. It was like a 13-hour day or something like that. And because it is an open tournament, a lot of people got eliminated day one. They cut from 512 all the way down to 64 on the first day. So a lot of fantastic players. You can see a lot of great players here. A lot of good players did get eliminated. This is your last call before, any spoilers in case you don't want to know who the people who are competing are. But these are our top 64 for the Macao Open. A ton of insane names still in the tournament. Like almost all of these people's names are super recognizable. If you're coming from an NA perspective, CLE actually tweeted this really helpful list of all of our NA reps left. So this is actually really sick. So we have what is this, 10 11 reps left? Yeah, 11 reps still in 64. So decent odds of making, 8 in 64 would be, average odds of making final lobby. But yeah, also, I'll leave a link to this in the description down below. Go follow CLE. He's been doing a ton of work in the scene. But yeah, so T-Lides, Minhee, Kiyun, Weijin, Keans, Greya, Milk, Showtime, Kibi, Bosso Skills, and Setsuko in. So actually a really nice bunch of players. And I thought, who else can we VOD review today than Setsuko? He made it through, so I wanted to watch, how Setsuko played. Setsuko, I feel like, is the perfect type of person for these type of opens where he's just a noob stomper, right? If there is somebody in one of these lobbies that is not, playing at the tip top of their gameplay, if there's somebody who's just a challenger player, Setsuko knows how to get an advantage on them, how to, play a really solid game of TFT and just get there. So this is from the Soju co-stream, the Soju and Frodan co-stream. Like I said, there weren't that many different POVs available. There was main broadcast. There was this co-stream that had like a few people in it that, they would like bounce around for a few lobbies and watch them. But overall, yeah, just like, I don't know, it was kind of a difficult viewing experience. I was mostly watching the main broadcast on the co-stream yesterday, which was super fun. I don't know. It's just so hyped to watch these big tourneys like this. I can't wait to see who actually makes it to final lobby here. First big decision in the game from Mr. Setsuko is, do we want to make gold in this spot? It's pretty expensive to make gold. We kind of have to sell some part of a really solid opener if we want to make gold. You have to sell all these guys and then only hold one unit. And it looks like right now Setsuko is leaning towards some kind of a Conqueror opener here. You do also have the Rebel idea with the Ezreal. I don't know what our Academy items are at this point, but Rebel opener tends to be quite solid. All right, first Augment here. Void Caller, Spears, Will, and Cooking Pot. We don't really have clear direction to play a Void Caller, and our items don't look great for it. Spears will also take this and slam at Deathblade. Doesn't sound great. Cooking Pot is quite interesting because you can just get to scale up across the entire game, get a bunch of extra HP on your board. I'm not 100% sure. We'll see what Mr. Setsuko wants to go for in this game here. Yeah, certainly not going to take that first one there. Pyromaniac, an okay option. We don't, I guess Belt can be like a heal cut item, but this also allows us to then save Belt for something like a Warmogs, something down the line, which Warmogs has gotten worse this patch, but I'm sure it's still quite good. Yeah, he just triple rerolls here, ends up with Pyromaniac, Support Cash, Crowns, Will. All pretty solid, I would say. Actually, kind of the reverse of the three. These are all augments that I'm like okay taking, and he opts to take the Pyromaniac here. I guess the idea being maybe there's someone he's really happy to put this onto in the Tristana. I don't know that it's necessarily going to be a Trist reroll game from this spot. I know this is a comp that a lot of people are kind of high on is Trist reroll. Soju was talking about how, he got a Trist, multiple Trists opener that he like wanted to like hard force the comp from that spot. Ooh, we do have some Dominators here. Ziggs pair. We have the Blitzcrank as well, which is another solid opener to play towards. So I wonder, we'll see what Setsuko wants to play for this game. Maybe for the early game, he's going to keep the Artillerists in. No, yeah, I like this a lot. Swap out into the Dominators, get Scrap in as well. You can scrap on the sword to the Ziggs. Yeah, I love this actually. So Dominators, a comp where there's a lot of hubbub about them, I guess, because Blitzcrank got buffed really hard. Ziggs got buffed pretty hard as well. So a lot of buffs to just the Dominator's line in general. Ooh, Academy Crest there from that player. That's pretty interesting. But yeah, I'd love to see how Setsuko plays around this Dominator setup, just because I think it's one of the premier now AP lines. Now, whether this is a Ziggs reroll line, which would be pretty exciting. I know a lot of people have said Ziggs reroll, it's super, super broken. I still have not seen it do well. What I have seen do well, actually, is that comp I VOD reviewed yesterday. If you didn't watch that VOD review, the Renata Glaska reroll comp, that comp was popping off today. So just goes to show, you know, if you were going into Macao and you needed some last minute tech, you know, turning on the Sub-Zero YouTube channel, dropping a subscribe there, I think would do a lot of people very, very well here. Setsuko, a little low actually at this point, so he picks up the tier. This can allow him to finish Shojin, so his items can be red buff Shojin. Now he has the Ziggs too, and also just I love the econ making from Setsuko. This is something that he is always going to do, always make sure that he is making as much gold as possible. Setsuko, a fantastic win streak player, but when he's loss streaking, he's making sure that he is making all of his econ thresholds, and now his spot looks pretty good. Even though he's 3 loss here, I mean, 88 HP, 3 loss is pretty fantastic from an HP perspective. He has a Ziggs 2 now, so he can kind of turn this loss streak into a win streak from this spot. And I mean, the Ziggs 2 is going to carry him straight to level 8, unless he wants to play a Ziggs reroll spot, which, I mean, natural 3 Ziggs certainly could be the case here. It's really just up to how many more Ziggs we find, what we want to play for in the rest of this line. I believe most people recommend, when you're playing around Ziggs reroll, of rolling on level 7. It's kind of interesting because it's like 2-cost roll. You wouldn't expect roll on 7, but the idea is that you can roll for Blitzcrank as well, and you know, you'd really like to find a Blitzcrank 3 in this line. The other problem though is that Blitzcrank can be contested by people going like Nocturne reroll, so it's not the easiest unit of all time to find. But yeah, Setsuko's still rocking and rolling. This player we're watching right now with, I think they were looking, they have Chem Baron +1, but they don't have Chem Baron in, which looks disastrous for them, but you know, such is life. Okay, they are finally going to get Chem Baron in here, actually. But I mean, a 2/7 Chem Baron, they do have the Vi to maybe win some fights or get to close losses. Maybe they do have all these AP items and a Zoe, so maybe there's an idea of them playing Zoe. They used a duplicator just to make 3 gold there, just to try to make income. That's crazy. All right, back to Mr. Setsuko, though. He got the Automata in for a second and then got it immediately. Still wants to keep Scrap in here, of course. Wow, wait, he found a Blitzcrank too. Not sure where that came from, but all of a sudden his opener is looking disgusting. He also got a Nasher Slam. This tends to be BIS, Shojin Nashers onto Silco if you play him later. It tends to just be BIS on Dominators in general, because every time Dominators cast, they're getting that stacking AP, and so if you get a bunch of casts off with something like a Shojin Nashers, then you get a lot of AP faster, and then your units just pop off, win the fight. So I think these items make perfect sense for Setsuko's spot. Blazing Soul, Bulky Buddy, Sponging. Sponging's an interesting one. I don't think you have a real reason to make it here, though. I don't know, maybe there's some fun idea of giving like Shojins or Nashers here, all your units. I mean, Bulky Buddy is just a generically strong combat augment. If we do play some kind of Black Rose Dominator setup, this augment does also have really good synergy with Scion, because he doesn't break the Bulky Buddy's value if you just put him next to 2 units, which is pretty insane. I don't know if, I'm curious to see what version Setsuko wants to play. In the Blazing Soul, I don't know, it's just fine. I mean, Bronze for Life, we have 5 traits in here. We could just play some kind of flex Bronze for Life board. They did not nerf that as far as I understand, but they did nerf, you know, Black Rose, which is the comp that really like to use Bronze for Life. So it's between those two, Bulky Buddy's Bronze for Life. I think both of these are very strong augments. If we're going to play around Scion, maybe it's Bulky Buddies. And then, I mean, I guess either way, you know, Bronze for Life also plays pretty well into Scion. But okay, he is going to take the Bulky Buddies here. It's also just a lot of extra HP onto this Blitzcrank, who's getting a bunch of Armor and MR from his trait at this point. So, you know, HP goes with Armor Noir. Feels very good. Rebel Crown here from Yage. I thought this person was, their name was Yage, but I think that's a different person entirely. So Yage is popping off there as well. That was a Darius with a bunch of items. Whoa. Chem Baron Crown, 6 Chem Baron, 3/3. The problem is they didn't have this early game. They did at least build up a bit of a loss streak here. They already had the loss streak when they took this, but 70 HP also. I don't know, can you guys hear that in the background? My girlfriend's making a smoothie. Hopefully that's not too loud. If not, I mean, it's fine. It makes the VOD more interesting. But now you can see Setsuko took that 3 loss early, but 88 HP now. Like, we're so back. He's streaking so hard now. Just looking for, he's got that sword open at this, or not sword, bow open at this point. And then I think he had a frontline open as well, frontline component open. So yeah, oh my God. He's just sending it to 0 to try to find 7 Chem Baron here. He does find it. He does find 7 Chem Baron. My God, it's so many stacks, and he's on the loss streak here. 66 HP as well. He won a decent bit in the early game, so I mean, if he can continue to lose here, he is going to have an insane amount of stacks this game. Is it enough, though? We saw the first game on the broadcast lobby was crazy. All right, 140 stacks. Boom, 240 stacks. My God. Yeah, I mean, this almost looks like as long as somebody doesn't grief him and he continues to lose, that's 3 losses to get to 500 stacks. That's easy. He could get to 600 stacks. Yeah, my God, 100 stacks per loss is just disgusting here. I mean, Setsuko is who we want to watch, but I feel like, I mean, good on the Frodo & Co stream to be jumping around the lobby looking at other people, because this is a crazy narrative here. Also, this guy Worth the Wait Darius just doing absolutely insane work. I did hear from my editor, but not really editor, because I don't do that much editing on my videos, but like channel manager type person, Becca, that she played a Darius game. I think it was Worth the Wait because she said she hit Darius 4-star and had an Anomaly on him, which was the one where when they are above 50% HP, they get a bunch of RNMR. And so, you know, every time he would drop below, he would just heal back up, which sounds kind of disgusting. So maybe we'll see that there. Xiaoqi still at this point, just chilling here, making sure that he loses the next 46 HP. I wonder if he would even go for a 600 stack cash out. I don't even know what the 600 stack ones are. Also, we are in Victor's whatever portal where you can get early 6 costs. And so you do see an early 6 cost on the enemy board there. That is a Rebel's Pet Victor, which just looks disgusting. This Victor unit is so sick. I haven't gotten a chance to play enough the patch because I've been co-streaming, I've been doing stuff IRL, but I really wish, I just want to play around this Victor unit. Honestly, he seems so fun. Just looking around at the augments here, we do get the Noble Sacrifice here, which is kind of interesting. So let's go. Wow, wait, he went 8 and he sent it to 0 here. He's only on 6 Ziggs. The spot all of a sudden doesn't look as good. He does get 4 Dominator and he does have a Silco here. He does have a Jace. There is some good stuff happening in this spot. And yeah, once again, the Jace Hexgate does not break the value for bulky buddies, but it's not amazing. No Silco 2. We were pretty rich from a win streak. And so the fact that we're not that rich now in this spot and we haven't hit our board is pretty sad. Okay, back to Xiaoqi here. He's 17. Is he just going to take the cash out here? Perfected Virulent Virus. If he's a god, he doubles down here. He's 17 HP. So what's the what's the player damage this stage? Let me make sure, because we're stage 4. It's 8 base damage. So I mean, it's impossible for him to die. I kind of wish he did still double down here, because, I mean, this cash out is obviously fantastic. Renata 3, Singed 3, you can put items onto them. You have the Perfected Toxins. Usually this is enough to win a game, but I wanted to see 600 stat cash out, man. And he was 17 HP, but, I mean, the nice thing about this is he gets all these stacks and he now has 2 lives. But, I mean, does 2 lives really matter when you could have just been a legend and gotten the Giga cash out? I don't know. It's also, they've buffed the Chem Baron HP that you get now. So it's so much. You just get an insane amount of HP for being 7 Chem Baron and passing on all of these shops, the Chem Baron cash outs. So yeah, we'll see there. Setsuko did pick up a Jace with a chain, which is pretty nice here. He already had the 1 Jace, so now this is Jace pair. Yeah, I mean, he's one off everything at this spot. Actually, he is Dr. Mundo paired, he is Garen paired here, he is 7 Ziggs. Like, Setsuko's doing it all. It is pretty cool the way Setsuko's playing. He went fast 8, but he's holding onto those Ziggs to keep the option open, right? If we find a Ziggs 3 randomly on 8, we can play around it. If we find a Silco 2, we'll immediately move the items over. There is a Silco 2 on this Chem Baron guy's board, which is pretty disturbing for us. And okay, actually, whoa, he did get to Silco 2. Wow, Setsuko made it to Silco 2. I didn't notice. Awesome. All right, only 8. I mean, you don't really, do you want Stone Skin when you're playing Dominators? I mean, I guess, I mean, we're not playing Automata. I mean, this seems fine. The problem is you have to Stone Skin something else. Deep Roots? Ooh, a Deep Roots pick here. I want to jump back in the thing, but for some reason it's bugging out. Oh, I wanted to look at Deep Roots again, because this is not one that I've taken that much. 700 HP, 25 RMR, they can have me move or stun, and they put their target into range. Wow, Deep Roots Garen is an immediately pick for Mr. Setsuko, and then he just moves his items over. That's pretty sick. I did not know that one was that good onto Garen, but I mean, yeah, the idea is you just throw him in the middle of the board. He pulls people into range. He's super tanky, especially if you get to Garen 2. It's interesting because I think a lot of people are a bit down on Garen's tankiness as just a unit. A lot of people say that this unit just is not that tanky anymore after the pretty big nerf to his emissary bonus, which he was actually applying to himself, which I only found out during Mort's patch rundown, because yeah, nobody mentioned that to me. Anyway, we have this guy getting closer to Darius here. This guy 5 Academy, also a Rumble 2 on 8, a little bit gross. Oh my god, this guy, we didn't even talk about them at all, but they have the RFC Nocturne tech, one that I also did a VOD review about. All I'm saying is, guys, if you want the tech, I mean, it's here on the VODs. I'm actually, like, I've had an insane run of finding a good tech this set, I feel like. All right, last item we're looking at here, what is this? Okay, I was like, it's not a Titan, so he's just gonna go double red buff in this setup so that he can have just super tank items on this Garen. The Bramble Vest, the Declaw, and the Ionic Spark here. All right, let's see this Garen go. He does look very tanky, and once we kill this front line, he is gonna pull a target into range, though our backline is dying pretty quick. He pulls that target into range, pulls that, oh my god, they just died to all the little Silco doggies. That was pretty nuts there, okay? This board from Setsuko is looking very good. 77 HP and win streaking. I mean, would anyone other than Setsuko be in this spot? I feel like he's just so good. He's always in this spot. The entire lobby's so low, and I feel like that's why he's so good at these type of tournaments where, you know, everybody's nervous. I think at the Vegas Open, he did end up going out like really late day 2 or day 1, but I mean, can you blame anybody for getting day 1 to a tournament like this? It's TFT. You play 3 games and then get cut. Some of the best players in the world are getting cut after 3 games because, you know, they have to sort through this many players some way, and that means that sometimes people are just going to get cut because they're unlucky. It's TFT. But I mean, a really good call on the bulky buddies makes this Garen huge, plus the noble sacrifice here. This Garen just seems unkillable, and he's buying so much time. This makes a lot of sense for when you're playing around this Dominator setup. We have all of these mana items on to our Dominators. They're just scaling up across the entire fight, and this Garen's just sitting in the front line buying a billion years of time. We got the Mel plus Victor on this Revel board, just flying around the board doing insane work from Yage, just absolutely popping off. It actually looks so sick. That's a Dominator spat for Setsi if he can get it, and I don't think that anybody else wants it unless they get it as a random like +1 on their board. Yeah, could be for 6 Dominator, and yeah, we do end up getting it here. Just 6 on 9, I would think, but we'll see here. Another pass on the black market. I wonder how many black markets this guy has cashed or just passed, and like how much extra HP he has, because looks pretty gross. I really wish he had done the 600 cash out, because look, he's 17 HP streaking. I feel like the only way he loses this game is actually, I mean, there's probably no way he loses this game, but we'll see. Yeah, the 5 Dominator in for Setsuko here. He did go level 9, but I think he failed to actually find a 6th Dominator onto this board. He needs Mordekaiser. And is there another one that he's missing? Does he have a Mundo on his board? Well, he's got Cassiopeia, Ziggs, the Silco, of course. He has the Blitzcrank on the board. That's 4. So yeah, he doesn't actually have Mr. Mundo on this board either. So if we pick that up, I feel like that's a very easy, and either one of the 4 or 5 cost Dominators we'd feel very good about. But okay, we are now fighting Xiaoqi here. We'll see. These perfected items onto these units are just so gross. And just look at the HP on somebody like Elise. She doesn't have a perfected item. She has the perfected item. That's the fact that she has this Chem Baron emblem on her, essentially. Like, no perfected item, but the Chem Baron emblem is just giving her so much extra HP for every chest that they pass. It's like an extra, I forget what they changed the number to, like 200? Let me go look at it. But yeah, it's like insane how much HP you get nowadays. Team Builder here. Let me pull Sinjed into here and look at Chem Baron. Yeah, it's 220. I undershot it. It's 220 there. Sorry for my OBS popping up. I had to reinstall everything, but apparently when you reinstall everything, you still get this issue where when you minimize it on one monitor, it pops up on the other monitor. Okay, Setsuko did find a 6 Dominator. He did also find a Jace 2. So this board is looking really good. Went down a lot in the vertical traits. We are fighting this really strong board with a ton of 6 costs onto it. No Victor 2 at least. And I mean, Silco's doing a lot of work with this vertical Dominator. Yeah, Setsuko lost a lot of HP over the last few fights, down to 34. But now he's guaranteed top 2, essentially, unless something really weird happens where the Chem Baron person, like where this 3rd place person person dodges the Chem Bear in person like 2 or 3 fights in a row. Seems really unlikely. Also, the Singed with all these items. Singed is just so tanky. I remember, you know, the VOD I did. I mean, the double Chem Bear on this board is actually so sick, as just playing like the double Rennie on this board, looking for Rennie 3, because I mean, they all get so much HP. But okay, this is really good for Setsuko. This means that the third place player is going to go down here. Setsuko is fighting Chem Baron's clone. It doesn't look close at all, but maybe there's some kind of Chem Baron diff here. I don't know. I don't know how Setsuko can win this. I'll be real with you guys. I mean, I just don't think it's something that should be winnable, but I mean, maybe there's some crazy positioning tech we can do. This is, you know, Setsuko did make it to day 2, so a top 2 here was enough for Setsuko to make it. I wanted to look at all the scores, but this really just kind of a mess on stuff like Liquipedia. They don't have it all updated, so maybe someone with more, someone who was maybe staying up while I was asleep at like, you know, 8 a.m. my time can tell me, wait a minute, wait. Yeah. That was Setsuko getting shit on. I saw a Silco popping off. I was deep in thought. Oh my god. This person gets a Fawn as well. Oh man. But yeah, I saw a Silco popping off and I was like, yeah, well, go Setsuko, go Setsuko. And then I was like, wait a minute, this guy's got a Silco too. And probably the one with the perfected shimmer item is the one that's not Setsuko's. All right, a very, very valiantly fought top 2 from Setsuko on a fantastic board. The 6 Dominator board did really, really well. I think this is, after watching this and after just seeing people's opinions on the patch, seems like the premier AP line. If you can play for a Silco with Dominator, get a little bit of Black Rose in there, it feels really, really, really good. The default board is probably like 4 Dominator, maybe 4 Black Rose, but I don't know. We'll see as the turning goes on. But yeah, fantastic game from Setsuko. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys check out my co-stream today. I'm going to be co-streaming as well, top 64. There's still a lot of games to be played, so I'm probably still not going to be able to watch the entire time because it is 3 games, 4 games, so a total of 10 games. At least... I think this was 12 games because this was 2 different, this was 2 different heats, I believe. So only 10 games. Maybe I can watch like 6 of them. We'll see. But yep, hope you guys enjoyed the VOD review. Come check out my co-stream, link down below. Also link to CLE's tweet, because I think this is like actually really, he tweets a lot of really good stuff about TFT. Also, I've met him briefly IRL before, and he seemed like a super nice dude. But yeah, just a lot of good tweet. You know, he built a calendar and stuff. Okay, goodbye. That's enough. I mean, it's not even self-promo. It's like promo for somebody else, and there's actually just like no, I have nothing to gain from it. It's really just that I think he has a good Twitter. So go follow him. All right, see you guys later.